Okay, let's see. Are we really live? I don't know. Supposedly, we have gone live. Yes, up here we have. Yes, indeed. In the immortal words of Alexander Haig, which you have to be a certain age to remember this one, I'm in charge because Ryan's out in Arizona at the Southwest event. I'm trying to think. I don't know if Randy, if you're old enough to remember, when did Alexander Haig say I'm in charge? Was that because of something with Nixon or with Reagan? I forget which. There was, one of them. Anyway, the president was incapacitated or indisposed or something, and people said, "Who's in charge?" Well, actually, they didn't ask him. He just said, "I'm in charge," and got a lot of mockery for it. But in any event, so I will attempt to, run this event tonight without. Having any, taints or tits or anything else. Are we allowed to say tits? Yeah, Peter, I guess we're allowed to say that. So we're not public. It was, of course, one of the 7 words that George Carlin said you were not allowed to say on television, but that was on public broadcasting. And here we go. We have the judge joining us from
the judge. Let's go.
You've been judged, motherfuckers. How's it going?
Well, that's what
you
we're
just
about
started.
to
I'm
find
supposed
out.
to wait 5 minutes to swear. That's what the rule is. I heard.
Yeah, we're about to find out if it's how it's going because Ryan, as I just indicated, I don't know if you were able to listen, is wandering around Arizona, and while he's wandering around, actually, I think they were going to start
trick or treating.
Yeah. Well, they were. I saw. Let's see. Was it who put up video? I think it was Passmore that they were, or was it Ray? One of them I saw. They were talking about how they were going to start their matches at, I think he said 6:00, which since they're still on Mountain Standard Time, it's was 9:00. So, but Ryan said he would attempt to get on and wave his camera around and show us what was going on.
Nice.
So anyway, how's everything in the great Northwest?
No, we're good here, man. We're good here. Just getting ready for this card this weekend, EVW.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, Matt, our teammate Matt's pulling Sergey, so it's
yeah, man.
Exciting. Yeah, and then
looking forward to that one.
Oh, me too, buddy. That's gonna be a bang. Oh, and then Sean Crowther from the club, one of my best friends, he's pulling in the Swiss Open tomorrow. So, and there's supposed to be 1,000 entries. Yeah.
They were pulling today at the Swiss Open too.
Oh, he might have pulled today, but he said something about tomorrow, maybe finals.
Probably finals, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of our buddies, David Stone, he flew over there as well, and he pulled in the Swiss Open today.
Sweet.
Yeah, man.
Nice to see.
I don't know what he weighed in at. He made weight. I think he was like, he might be in like the 150s.
Oh, he's a little dude.
Yeah, 150s, 160s somewhere. I forget exactly what weight class he is, but strong dude though.
Yeah,
definitely strong dude.
Some
and he's still new.
Guys are strong. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he might even be watching. I don't know, but he was filming a little. Aramis and Devin were pulling on a table at the hotel.
Yeah. Levon and Devin strapped up today.
Yeah. So
yeah,
definitely a little jealous that I'm not there.
You know what? Me too, actually. And the thing is I'm injured, so I'm gonna go. I told Matt. Matt's asked me to go to a couple of them, but I told him that as soon as I'm done being injured and I'm back on the table, I'm coming because I want to compete next when I go. So because I can't go and compete. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I mean they're gonna be stateside for the next one. In December, so I'll be there. I'm gonna go on Friday. I'm gonna go a day early just to hang out and stuff. So
and make sure you get content. You gotta get
take
advantage. Pull your camera out. Don't be afraid. Some guys go and it's like they come back with nothing. I'm like, you were in there and you got nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, no, you got to do some recording. Right?
I got a bunch of after pool footage with like audit and stuff.
Nice.
And a bunch of guys at King of the Table, and Levon was there. All the guys were there, so it's fun, man.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Love those big events.
You got to support them because right now those are the ones that are helping us get more mainstream, right?
Oh yeah.
And it also gives us less popular guys motivation to get good, right? So
yeah, and that's like the whole thing with like we've said many times with what you guys do, what the 98 does. Like we have some talented dudes, and if we can help get them a little more attention and get them up there, that would be awesome, because we love the tournaments, and we love the quote unquote the 98% of us, but like I love the top 2% guys too.
Oh yeah, I love it all. I like it. Like I always said too, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be 2 elite guys at the table. If you put 2 guys equally skilled on the table, you could have some of the best arm wrestling you've ever seen. Yeah. It's not always about the level; it's about the matchmaking, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to pick a guy that is going to blow away this guy. Then what's the sense of making that match, right? I'd rather, even if it's out of the weight class a little bit, like let's say this guy's just dominating at 180 and this guy's 205, 210, but his level's a little lower. Well, you can get a banger match still. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like the arm wrestling fan isn't going to care that much. But if they get a wicked banger match back and forth, a war, it's entertaining. That's what they want to see, right? They're not gonna complain because the one guy was a little heavier, right? Well, a lot of them won't. Not from the fan aspect, I don't think.
Yeah.
Right. So us purists would. We'd be like, oh well, he weighed 30 pounds more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
For this past weekend, actually, Mr. Dave Shell here ran brackets for the 98 Cuban Muscle Crisis in Maryland for the 98 Antietam franchise. That's actually the first franchise event, which was awesome. We had some super matches to start the day off. Myself and Colby Hutzel did the commentary. Awesome time, really cool place. We had a little delay in the beginning. Unfortunately, it took a little longer to get started just because of some, last minute stuff that I call them gremlins. They get in the system, and they start messing stuff up.
You'll always get that, man.
A couple of gremlins, but Dave did a great job on the brackets. We kept everything moving once we got started.
Yeah. Well, and once again, it was the first one that Colby and Josh ever ran, number one. Number two, it was first time we were ever at that location.
Yeah.
And so number three, compared to how some other people who shall remain nameless do on their 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th event, we did quite well.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They ran the digital bracket?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We had 114 entries, and which, like I say, we ran 2 tables really quite steadily.
Well, we got Kathy Morrison's going to be doing our bracket, so she promised to learn the airs system and stuff, but it might, the first event or two, it could still be old school, and she'll just enter the data in afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because she's done it 35 years, paper ballots.
Wow.
So, yeah, and she's good. Like, Mayhem at the Mall 2 years ago had 730 something entries. He did it all paper ballots.
That's wild.
She's been doing it like for almost 40, I think maybe 40 years, maybe longer.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, so like if we get hiccups, we got the expert on the paper ballots. She quickly does it up. Like, she's excellent.
Yeah.
And we'll just enter the information afterwards, right? So
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about that yet. That's why I'm not stressed. I was stressing about it. She told me not to. She said, "Well, worst case scenario, we'll have to enter the data in afterwards." I'm like, "Okay,
yeah,
it's not a big deal, right?"
You guys will be all right.
I think so. Change is good too, right? So
yeah, man, absolutely.
Well, it's nice that several things. Number one, that you can start entering data without everyone being there. With paper ballots, you really have to determine how many you're going to have in a particular class before you can do anything about it.
Yeah.
And so you can start early, and then if somebody wants to, add or delete or whatever, it's far easier to do there. I was at a not one of ours, but a tournament some years ago, where actually it was a big bracket. They had 16 people, and they found they had forgotten somebody. This was before I really got into brackets.
That's where electrical. That's where the digital ones you can get screwy when you miss somebody.
Well, and what the problem was, they said, "Oh, just add it here, like add it here on the paper." And I said, and of course, I didn't know enough at that time. I just started it. It was good 5 years ago. And I said, so I did what I was told, and it was a disaster because you had people that ended up having to pull 2 or 3 times because somebody got thrown in, and no, I mean you cannot if you change the number. And you could do it actually as long as you haven't gone through the whole first round. You can actually,
as long as it's not the first round. Yeah, exactly. Because we had that happen, and it messed us right up. And you know what it was? It was people getting there after we made the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
It started, little errors started happening within the digital bracket because we had the original bracket made. I don't know. I don't remember what happened, but I remember it was a nightmare though. Shit happened where guys would get called. It would put guys back in after they've been eliminated twice. And I'm like, well, they're not in the fucking thing anymore. Right. So it was screwy for us. We've used a few digital bracket systems and they were great. Long as no one's trying to enter at last minute or late, but we're actually really strict. So because we do weigh-ins the night before, there is no leniency. If the weigh-in stops at 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m., if you show up late, you're just shit out of luck. So we're going to keep it professional like that. And that's why we do the night before weigh-in too. So if you can't make it the night before and you can't make it on time the day of, well, then it's really not on us. Right.
Yeah.
So, we're starting to do that because we've ran into so many problems, right? With tons of people, or they phone, enter me, I'm an hour behind. You know what I mean? It's just like, you got to be professional. We've had the event posted for 4 months. Right. So and I think that fixes a lot of headaches if you just stay strict with it.
I tend to agree. I think it's better just to leave it cut and dry like that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, then it can get a little screwy, or it's like, you're in the flow of doing what you're doing already, and it's,
Yeah. And not only that, you would only screw up once, and the next time you come to the event, you would make sure you're on time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it might be headaches the first event, but I mean, everybody will know right afterwards. So we're going to approach it pretty strict that way. And it's not to be pricks. It's just to be professional. No. And once the brackets are made, they're made. Like we can't alter them. We're not, you know what I mean? So
Well, like I say, with the electronic, I've told people, hey, look, if you, as long as you have somebody else there, at least for the last hour, who is also weighing people in. I mean, I can start out helping with that, but then I need an hour to, that I don't know, people bother me there. But once the basic holdup, there's, the 2 basic holdups, and you probably don't have this as much up there because you generally have larger groups. But the one holdup is if you only end up with one person in a class, then we have to get a hold of them and say, okay, look, you're the only person in 242. Do you want to pull stickers? You want to back out? Whatever you want to do. Yeah. That's the one. And the other thing, and I don't know if you do kids classes, teens classes, but we never know until we start.
We do youth. It's always youth and women first, right? So do you set the weights and the classes in advance, or do you set your kids based on who shows up? It's always age for kids. We go age based.
Well, but now, let me give you an example there. Here we have, we had a 16, 17-year-old class. We had 4 pullers, three of whom weighed 160, one of whom weighed 122. Now, we also had a 14-year-old who also weighed 120. So where do you put the 17-year-old that weighs 120? Either with the 14-year-olds or with his own class where he's 40 pounds,
Well, then you make a decision. You maybe move down the 17-year-old, see if they want to do a 2 out of 3 super match, because that's what you do. Yeah. Or you just bump them all up if you don't have enough. At least they get a chance to pull. They get the experience, because at that age, it's more about the experience anyway than whether they win or not. And that's what you do, right? You do what's most common sense. Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's something saying, unfortunately, common sense, delays things.
It does. It can, because other people's common sense isn't the same. It's not. It's not something taught, right? Like common sense is different for everyone.
I wasn't even being snide that way. So it takes a while to to say, okay, what do you want to do here, and where are we going to put this person? And because the question is too, do you ask the person that 122-pound 17-year-old, or well, you ask the 13-year-old, what do you want to, are you going to be bitter if we put the 17-year-old in with you? He weighs the same thing, or maybe.
No, I know what you're saying. We don't actually run into that because our youth scene is actually thick. Like if you watch that Iron Core, I don't know if you guys watched the Iron Core event, but the youth class was packed. Like it took 2.5 hours, 3 hours to get done the youth class that day. It was crazy. It was full. It was full. Yeah.
I've seen the videos of when Devin would go with like his daughter to like the
Avery to the school.
Yeah, dude. There's a school full of kids arm wrestling.
Oh yeah, it's like 130 entries in it.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts, dude.
I know.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Generally, what we do is we start out any super matches. If there's any super matches, what we're starting to do super matches on the Friday night. So that's starting to be a new thing. But traditionally, super matches first in the morning. Then what we do is we go to the youth and the women, and then we would run through master's class, and then we'd run one table pros, one table amateur, and or if we have to run 3 tables, we'll go depending on numbers. If the pro class is bigger than the amateurs, we'll run 2 pro tables, 1 amateur table, or we'll run, sometimes the amateurs double the pros. You'll put 2 tables on amateurs, 1 on pros. And that's how we run our tournaments.
Yeah.
Well, and we did that we've had success, including last week, running once we get into the amateur pro, do 1 table of each. Yep. Occasionally you will somebody that pulls both. We had like 2 people, I think, maybe 3 at this last tournament that honestly, they were running back and forth from table to table.
We don't get a lot of that here, luckily. Like once people here go pro, they actually aren't allowed to compete in the amateurs. Yeah.
Well, so these are more amateurs that are just wanting to go. They're better armed.
Just try their luck at the pro,
right?
Type of deal. Yeah. Well, I always recommend that for if you want to start going into pro for like a couple events, join the amateur, throw your name in the pro, see what you can do if you can get a pin or something. But once you get a pin in the pro, I think why even bother with the amateur, right? And once we see you a few times in the pro class, we won't allow you to go amateur. Because we want the sport progressing. Maybe that's why our level's going up so damn much here. It could be why how we're running it. I notice a lot down there, and don't get mad at me, but there's a lot of guys that for like 5 years will pull novice, and it's like that. I don't know, like it doesn't do them any good, but it also
it doesn't.
Good, and it's not any good to that guy that pulled for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because you know what I'm saying, right?
Now, are you not using the word novice? Novice is a very flexible.
Well, novice is just amateur. We don't have a novice amateur. We either call it novice or we call it amateur.
Okay, so really, when you say there's people pulling novice 5 years, you mean basically they're pulling amateur.
Amateurs, yeah. Because sometimes some guys here call amateurs novice, and some promoters here will call it amateurs. But we only have 2 classes. It's either going to be amateur pro or novice pro. And all it's the same thing either way. We just some guys call it novice, some promoters call it amateur here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and I mean the reason I ask is because I would agree that that's always a big question is how do we differentiate? And there's been attempts in the past to come up with rules that if you win X number of times or you win somebody first or sometimes it can be fairly complex. And this has been, like I say, it's a very flexible word because the very first tournament I ever went to, I had never been to a practice ever. And I was just going to go watch. And no, you can't just go watch. You have to compete. So I said to the guy who was taking me out there, am I crazy? And he said, well, no, if they have a novice, whatever. Well, I noticed the promoter that was doing the announcing was using the word novice and amateur interchangeably. And I thought, okay, what's going on here? And so I said he called me up, and it was obvious he was calling me up to pull somebody who was not a beginner. And I said, I thought I was a novice. And he said, this is it. I said, oh, well, anyway. So, and of course, I had no idea what I was doing, got crushed, whatever, of course. But anyway, but then I just discovered that later that summer, they were going to have a novice category at the New York State Fair tournament. And I said, oh, okay, good. I can, I can actually be in a genuine, beginners. And they said, oh, well, you don't qualify for that. I said, what are you talking about? They said, well, you've been in a tournament. I said, no, let me understand this.
Oh.
Tournament, I pulled somebody who also pulled pro that day. And indeed, it was the last tournament he ever pulled amateur at. So he pulled amateur pro. But I said, now that I have 10 seconds worth of experience going 0-2, I no longer qualify. I said, novice has to be the most flexible word in English language. And then as it happened, so I said, well, no, you can't participate. Well, as it happened, by the time we got to that tournament, there were people in that class who are clearly not beginners.
Mm-hmm.
And in true confessions, I mean, when I go somewhere, I've been pulling 8 years, basically, a little over 8 years. Although, as I said, it took 6 months off for bad behavior, mainly when I broke my arm. But when I show up and pull masters and amateur, not beginner, but amateur. And people, it's after 8 years. On the other hand, I'm lose 95% of the time. For me to pull super heavyweights pro would almost be an insult to the super heavyweight pro.
You wouldn't do much good here because our master class is sometimes more stacked than the open class.
Yeah.
So
but I mean, at times I think should I pull open as opposed to amateur? And I think my attitude is until I start winning, what difference does it make?
Oh well, listen. I'm just saying in general, right?
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, but I don't think. Well, this whole. See, I think the problem is too that gets messed up too, especially with like a lot. I've noticed some of your tournaments down there, they'll do like an amateur and a novice. Right. And one will be for first-time arm wrestlers. Well, what if you don't have hardly anybody there first-time arm wrestlers? You have like 3 guys that showed up, and they're all different weights. Like to me, it's like pointless. You might as well just do an amateur class. When they first start, the new guys take their licks. It's the same thing when an amateur goes pro. No one goes pro from amateur and just kicks everyone's ass. No, you have to go pro, take your losses, learn, feel where the level's at, where you need to train to, know what you're training for, and then you'll start getting pins, and eventually you'll work your way up the ranks in the pros. Now, the amateur's the same thing. You come in, you learn what it's about. You know what I mean? You get pinned a few times or you do good. Like me, my first tournament, I was an amateur. I won it. I got first place. You know what I mean? So it was like, I was strong. I didn't know how to arm wrestle, but I was strong. So I managed to beat the other amateurs, right? And one of the amateurs was a 5-year puller, and I beat him, right? So, it's different for everybody, but I think that's how you got to look at it. You know what? Start arm wrestling, join the amateur. You start getting some wins. You start doing good. I'd say if you win a couple amateur tournaments, you're done. Here, if you win 2 amateur tournaments here, you're not allowed to pull amateur anymore.
Yeah, and I see we've had some rules like that, that too. Well, and a couple of years ago, at the Harrisburg, at the Pennsylvania one, they said, okay, what we're going to try to do is do it by how many years you've been pulling. Like 0 to 2, you can pull novice. 2 to 3, you can pull amateur. 3 to 4, you have to go to semi-pro, and over 4, you're in pro. And you end up with some real anomalies where we had a guy on our team that had won the sit-down nationals amateur the very first year he was there. He won the sit-down nationals pro the second year he was there. Yeah. But technically, he was under 2 years, so he could have pulled beginner. On the other hand, I was just over 4 years, and they would have thrown me in the deep end. Whatever. But like here, I see,
it's different. People progress different, right?
Yeah, I see here Dustin Homestead, has been pulling start of 4 years. They won't let him pull in novice. Well, that's because Dustin, you have been super strong since the very beginning. Dustin came wheeling his wheelchair into a practice I was at in Harrisburg, and right after they had kind of we'd taken things apart. We didn't have a sit-down table, and so what we did is we lifted him up onto the back of the tailgate of somebody's truck, put my table next to the tailgate, put a bungee cord thing across him so he could pull, back pressure without sliding off the tailgate. And I said, hey, get this guy in the, on the team up there. He was just by dumb luck. He was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania with the family. And he's from Maine, but he's been, wheeling his non-motorized wheelchair around for, years and years. So the arm strength is there, Dustin.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, whatever. But
novice is considered beginners there.
Well, novice is some people call amateur novice. Some people call it amateur.
So it's the same thing.
Ones that could further confuse it, they have what they call first timers. There's a tournament in West Virginia where they call it first timers, but that's defined as you have not been in more than 3 tournaments, which seems to be a contradiction of terms. But at least it says if you have not been in more than 3 tournaments, you can, be in this one. But no, and actually the whole idea of having 2, both novice and amateur, is relatively new. It's really that.
Well, I mean, if your numbers, if you're having anywhere from 300 entries to 600 entries or more, sure, why not? Because what's the difference? You might as well. You know what I mean? But I mean, if you're pulling, you're doing 120 entries, I mean, really, now you're just really complicating things. Now you got 3 classes, and then you start throwing in like extra. I see some guys throwing in extra weight classes and stuff. I'm like, well, you don't really have the numbers and pullers. Like, if we run a small event here, and I think I'm going to get under 150 entries, like total. I mean, a lot of times we'll run 4 weight classes. That's it. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll run just 4 because we want the classes to be thicker, and it's easier and it's faster, and it's just, I don't know.
Jody, Jody's about to watch the super matches in Arizona. Like I say, they did say they were starting at 6
minutes. Whose event was that? Was that Ray's?
Yeah, it's Ray's. Do we have a link for that we can put in chat?
I don't honestly know. I could sniff around and see if I can find something.
Ray probably has one up on his Facebook.
I'll see what I can find.
I'm not sure where. I don't remember where they were streaming. If they were streaming them from Ray's channel.
Let's see.
I would imagine so. I don't know if Paul's pulling tonight, because I know they had to switch some stuff.
Yeah,
Paul, would that be?
Let me see what I can do here. In fact, I'm going to mute myself for a moment just before I go to a
stream. Is there a stream? Like, is it on Facebook, the stream? Because I don't see it on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know if Ray is streaming it or because I think Ray put something out on Facebook that they were going to be streaming them. I just don't remember where.
On Facebook. Yeah,
I was in the middle of Halloween stuff with my kid and everything.
No, for sure.
Doing all the trick or treating.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gearing up for tomorrow. We're gonna do live commentary. Of course, like we only started doing it because Dexter's told us to. So before I used to be against doing it because I thought, well, you're helping, but if you got like Ozzy, he does it. And I mean, he doesn't care if they like it or not. He's always done it, but he'll have like 2,600 people in his chat. And you're telling me that all 2,600 bought the pay-per-view and are sitting there watching it with you? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I said, he must be onto something because Dexter actually said, Brian, as long as you're posting the link and you're telling everyone to buy it and watch along with you, it could actually definitely get us extra pay-per-view buys.
Yeah.
Right. So it does help them. Yeah.
Yeah. Like for me personally, like if I'm going to watch the pay-per-view, I'm probably going to buy it and then just like hang out with a friend and watch it or just whatever.
Yeah.
But like if people want to have like a watch party and everyone bought it, that's cool too. I'm fine with it.
Well, exactly. Right. So basically tomorrow we'll be doing live commentary, but we'll be telling people just to buy it. And if they like our commentary better, then they can just listen to us. And, if they can have 2 screens, right? Some people do.
Yeah.
Right?
I got two. Yeah.
I got two in front of me. Yeah, well, I do it because I run the podcast, right? So
my computer's down right now. I'm just upgrading it tomorrow, so that's why I'm on my phone tonight. So
I thought about upgrading, but the only
Yeah.
difference between my computer that I built and put a lot of money into is that the AI aspect now, right? Because now the graphics cards, they're actually weaker and shittier, but they use a form of AI to enhance them, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I got a 3090 Titan, my graphics card. I'm like, the thing cost me an arm and a leg. Yeah, it doesn't have the new AI and stuff, but it's a powerhouse, right? And it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I personally wouldn't upgrade it just yet.
No.
Not with a 3090.
Yeah,
I would
30, yeah, and I mean,
I
like,
would I would run it for probably another year or two.
yeah, I mean, it's got 24 gigs of fucking DDR6X RAM. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting a new card tomorrow. So we go down to Micro Center, pick up a new graphics card.
You did see me, Dave. Thank you.
Oh, hey.
Oh, there he is. What's up, buddy?
Hello, Judge. How are you?
Yes, good evening. Yeah, I was looking. The reason I wasn't watching the back room is because I'm trying to find the live stream for the Arizona. Ray has some notes up about it, but it wasn't up. It wasn't. I don't know if it was up yet, but well, I'll keep an eye on it. But anyway, yes, that's why I was not paying any attention. But welcome.
Hello, Dave. Hello, Southwest. Hello, Judge.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. Your topic really caught my ears there because you're talking about the levels and who belongs in what class, and I have a few ideas on that. Up where in Canada, you've given us an idea of where the levels are at because some of our guys like Artem has pulled John Terrian, and it kind of gives an idea. So, in a lot of our tournaments, I don't know if this is how it is for y'all. There'll be about 3 guys in the pro class that if they show up, they're going to win it or they're going to take the top 3 places. Is
it's
it
usually 15?
similar?
It's usually like 10 to 15 guys at our
right. What I'm saying is we usually have 3 guys that if they show up, they're going to take the top 3 places. It might be Artem, Robbie Russell, another guy. Do you have a similar dynamic?
Well, it's similar in the fact that, there's going to be, I mean, it depends. I've seen the super class, long as Josh Bellin isn't there, it's almost like anybody could win it. Like, you know what I mean? Because we have so many killers. And I mean, even our lightweights, like this year, it was even last week's tournament, there was 7 guys that have all won multiple tournaments this year that were in the same class. So it's like, you know, who knows?
So your field's a little deep,
or it's going to be Zach, or it's going to be, you know.
Yeah. Your field's a little deeper than ours down here. Just a little bit.
We are numbered. I think it's maybe because we're smaller population. We tend to not oversaturate as much as down there because we will have big events and everybody will plan them, and then you'll get, you know, hundreds of entries, right?
Yeah.
So we're down there, you got an event every weekend. So I think or you sometimes you have 5 or 6 events in a weekend, right?
Yeah.
So like I think it gets oversaturated a bit.
Yeah, some spots in the Northeast for sure.
Yeah, I will. The 14 states I keep track of, which is everything from Ohio East and Virginia North, is about the same size geographically as the state of Texas, which, you know, that tells anybody anything. And we will sometimes have 4 or 5 events in that area on the same day. Not at all.
But that doesn't really, you know, I think it's okay to have events in the same area, but at least offset it by 3 weeks. Give the guys a chance to heal, and then they, you know, they might want to pull. They might have a couple months where they're kind of free because of work, and they can pull 2-3 events in that couple months, right? So, I mean, who knows, right? The situations, but you should never stack them on each other if you live within 150 miles. I would say. No, but you know, they don't care about that. I know. I heard all about it. It's just like
there's a lot of oversaturation, like you say. But back to Dave's, I was picking up on what Dave was saying, and I like your model, Judge, for the ambitious arm wrestler should throw himself in the wolf pack, keep climbing, climb the pro class, test himself against the John
Take your
Terryans,
losses.
the Artems, the whoever. But maybe we need a separate class. It's not a feeder system to the. It's tricky because you got guys like Dave who just want to pull and who love it and who want to be competitive. So if everybody's in the feeder system, they're all just, it's 90% of them are never going to go anywhere.
No, I get it. I get it. I know what you mean. There's some guys that, yeah, they're just doing it because they love it. They might not train for it full time, but they like to just pull. And you're talking about those types, right?
Yeah. So is there a place for that in the way that things are shaping up, where the amateurs are like a battleground of the pros to the elite?
I think so, but I think there'd have to be a communication more so amongst the pullers and the promoters, like, because how are we supposed to know? You know what I mean? Like, who is
right?
You know, it. I know what you're saying. Like, if you had like, 7 or 8 guys that always just show up, but like they're just like, they might get a pin or two. They're just happy to be there. Then yeah. I mean, I think it could be worked out. I mean, a promoter could say, hey, we got a special class this event. This is for, these guys, you know what I mean? And just whatever, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't see why not,
The points
to put it in stone across the board might be hard, right?
Well,
no. I mean, I think the point is to keep it, what y'all doing are keeping it growing.
Yeah.
But then also allowing a space for people who don't necessarily want to be champions, who aren't even, because you spoke earlier about the amateur. We have some amateur classes down here where there's, and I'm sure you do too. There's like guys that can compete at the pro level right there, and they're crushing everybody. So amateurs doesn't even really mean amateur anymore.
No, it doesn't. No, and that's why I get a little bitter when I see a guy crushing, and then the next year I'm like, what are you doing? Like, last year you must have won 2 events last year. Like, then I get like, like, hey, you're wrecking it for that. What about that guy over there? This is his second event or his first event.
Yeah.
You just want to smash him? Is that you here just to smash and get a trophy? Well, then I look at those guys too, and I say, you know what? You'll never be elite because all you care about is winning. Unless you're caring about losing and searching for those losses, you're never going to get good enough to ever compete against the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and then the thing is too, it's not just tournaments, but there are places for that. In the sense, what I'm getting at, the 13th the 20th of December is this year's annual Granite Arms Christmas party, which I have not missed in years. They end up with like 10 tables, 100 some pullers, and it's basically mainly a big practice, after pull, but runs for the whole day. But what they also do is they will have super matches that are basically made up on the spot that people really like. Yeah. And what I will sometimes do is say, look, I'm not really looking for a match, but if you have somebody here who's relatively new and wants to, try themselves, wants to try it, and whatever, I'm willing to. I kind of laugh. I say I'm willing to lose to anybody, but that I'll put me in if there's somebody that you think would be at roughly that level, fine.
Well, why not? That makes sense.
Yeah,
and that's helping. That person. This is another thing too. I heard somebody say the other day, they're like, "Oh, everybody wants a super match now." It's like, well, you know what? If somebody wants a super match, who cares? Well, they have to be elite or they have to be top name to get a super match. We've had some banger super matches. It's just about who you match them with, like what you're saying, Dave. With you got a newer guy. We've had matches where I'm like, those two, man, fuck yeah. He's just started, but he's strong. But he's gonna, let's give them a match. Boom. And it's the best match. It's the match of the night. Like, it's a banger. They go back and forth. And yet the skill level was very low, but it was very entertaining, right?
Exactly.
And those guys are more pumped now they're like, fuck yeah, Superman. And now they're training. Now they're going, I don't know. I think there's a place for every level in the super match world too. I don't think it should be limited to the better pullers. I don't.
Well, and we're finally getting past the point where some of the elite or the upper level pros are getting over the fact that how can I put this? That they were objecting to the word super. that you could not have a super match unless you were super.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, fine. So for a while there, we were calling them challenge matches just so they didn't go, you shouldn't call it super, plenty. But, so we're finally getting over that. I had really thought at one time, I was thinking, is there any reason I should still compete? I mean, I enjoy going to practices. I enjoy running brackets. Am I being ridiculous to one? And I really thought, no, if I were to stop competing, number one, it would be a wuss move. And number two, and this is kind of only half a joke, is, I'm there and just the joy that was on this kid's face at the Michigan States a year and a half ago when it was his first, he beat me, and it was his first ever win in a tournament. And it was like, okay, just the happiness, the happiness I brought somebody, that he had finally beat somebody.
Not only that, but Judge just laid it out. What it is, it's either a match or it's a mismatch.
Yeah.
And if you can provide at whatever level, if two people are a match, it's watchable.
Yeah.
If you get in there, Dave, with guys who are just blink and you're out, what's the incentive for you to be in that sport or that game? There's none. So as long as we can find people who can match up at whatever skill, he said it. I'm just parroting his words, but I mean, that's that's the art of it, and keeping those levels in the tournament, keeping it where the levels are matching where they're supposed to match is part of the challenge, I guess, of this whole game.
Well, and that's the responsibility, as a promoter too. So like I'm a pretty proud promoter. I mean, this year I took a step back, didn't do as much, but I take pride in knowing all the athletes too. And when someone asks me what would be a good match, I have a lot of info on all the pullers, even the ones that aren't that good, because I watch that too, right? Like I don't miss it. I'm like, you know what? He's getting better, man. And actually, you know what? I think that's a perfect match. Let's do it, and we really blend that too. Like at all my events that we've ever had in the backyard super slams or just super matches, we ain't just picking the higher echelon pullers. We're basically just looking at what would be a banger match. Like, and like I said, some of the funnest matches I've ever seen are like very low level guys, but because it was so close in their skill and their strength, it just looked like you wouldn't like if you weren't an arm wrestler, you wouldn't realize that they were amateurs. You would be like, this is fucking entertaining. Whoa,
that's right. That's the different lens. Arm wrestling is a small in the thousands community. We don't see from the once you start in it and get serious, you don't see from the general population view anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's that too. But what I was going to say is, especially for social media influencers, like I imagine 90% of arm wrestlers know who Dave is because of his work here. And like I would like to watch a match with Dave and somebody who's matched up to him. That would be like it would be entertaining because he's been around the YouTube for a long time.
You see him, and now you see him on the table. It's like, whoa!
You see the person, like with you. I'd love to see you because I feel like I know you a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not just that guy. Who is that guy? It's somebody,
Well, you should watch my Chuck Young. That just got Gelder just put it back on. So, Chuck Young versus the Judge.
Okay.
Oh, you're on your channel, or
I do. I did post it on Through the Fingers. It's Brian Parliament or the Judge versus Chuck Young, the Destroyer. Yeah.
All right, I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's a good match. And wait till you see the production. You're gonna be like, and me and Chuck, like Chuck's pretty good, and I'm pretty good, but we're not elite, right? So you're gonna watch this though, and you're gonna go. You're not if you weren't an arm wrestler and you didn't know arm wrestling, and you watched my match, and I actually encourage you to watch that now. You're going to be like, this is fucking awesome. Like the commentary, the walkout, the music, it was just the cameras in the table. It was so done so well. It didn't matter if you were elite or not. You know what I mean? It gave you that WAL vibe. And it was just two guys, right? Two guys that liked to arm wrestle. So
that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Southwest link above. I'm not sure if you're one that Drew put up or what you're referring to there, which
I put a link. I put a link in there, a YouTube link, unless it didn't allow me to post it.
I don't.
It just says 98 Southwest link above.
It probably blocked it.
Yeah,
if you type in,
you got to be admit. You should be sharing permissions on this with Randy. If you,
Randy, send me the link by
or do that.
I could probably send it in here, right?
Okay, or just
in studio.
Put it in the comments.
Oh yeah, private chat.
Mm. Yeah.
Well,
and I'll tell you though, if you anyone wanting to see David Schell in the super match, be in Townville, Pennsylvania, northwestern PA on the 15th of November, where I have one against JD Fox, who's the organizer of the event. I weigh a lot more than he does, but he's 49 years younger, and so whatever. But okay, Drew,
I would pay good money to watch you pull Pradeep, for instance, in a celebrity. I would pay out of my pocket, and I'm bad for not buying anything. I mean, I even begrudge tournament fees, but I'd pay good money to see that.
Yeah, the Drew said the bottom 8 was proof how positive.
Oh my God!
Without
I love that thing.
Yeah, I liked the bottom 8 too. I thought it was great.
That was fun.
Yeah, you had Bowen and you had Artem and
Evan, Burgoyne and Bowen, wasn't it?
Chris Gobby.
Yeah, Chris Gobby.
Gobby was there. That's right.
Yeah.
So, and also, Judge, I don't know how you feel about your Eastern cousins over there, the High Hookers, but they've been just what we're talking about. They're setting these matches that are not high level pullers on their channel, but they're really kind of entertaining.
They're really good. Yeah, and it's that Asian guy that does the videos for him, Peter Liu or something, or I don't remember his name. Something Lou Law. I don't know, but some guy does it, and he does a good job. Actually, it's one of the matches they do elite ones too. In a way, they did Mike Smith versus Kevin Palco. Now that match was amazing. Yeah. Did you see that match?
That was good. I did see that one. Yeah,
that was good. Palco pulled it off, which surprised me because Matt Smith, no joke, man. Yeah,
I like Palco a lot.
Yeah,
he's good.
I mean, to Matt's defense, apparently he was not arm wrestling at the time and just whatever working, but
he still fought it out hard.
Amazing. That match was amazing. Yeah. Peter Law. There it is, Drew. Thank you.
Yeah.
Have either of y'all ever gripped up? I've never met Palco. I know he looks really wide and squat and compact on screen, but
I think he's third in the United States, in North America now. I think Moranto and Cody North passed him, I think.
I met Palco twice, and he's
Town.
He's
screen,
like
he just looks like a little bulldog. Like he's really compact.
Yeah, he's not like very tall, but like he's fucking ripped.
He
trains.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I liked it when he was on Arm Wars too. That was good.
Yeah, I met him at King of the Table in Atlantic City, and then at Arm Gods.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, he's jacked, dude.
Yeah, I've been talking to Marcus a little bit, trying to get the Leach Brothers matches out in Ireland.
Oh,
he was thinking about
awesome.
maybe bring in he'll talk to Paul or whatever, but maybe bring the Leach Brothers out as like the Canadian brothers, the Leach Brothers. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, Kelly Leach, you want to see exciting matches? Type in the Press 88 into YouTube, because that's his channel. He's got matches going back 15 years, and every one of them is an arm-breaking banger. 5 rounds. Bill Bellinger, he pulled 13 years ago. I mean, he's got matches with Dan Gallo at a beast. He beat Alex, whatever his name is, from Toronto, that Georgian kid that was on Arm Wars. Yeah, Kelly beat him in a super match last year. I'm trying hard to get him an international match. Yeah, he's so good, right? Like, so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Neil didn't know who he was, and it pissed me off. So I got really angry because I'm like, how do you not know the Leach family? Like, their dads and their uncles and everything, like, they were all Canadian champions for 40 years straight.
Jeez,
it's crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Neil's pretty comprehensive, but he doesn't know everything for sure.
He doesn't know it. Well, Canada, he knows whatever comes up around Devon, right? But and he found Mason DeRossi. Mason's from here, Alberta. He's amazing. So he did go to Iron House. He ended up winning, I believe. I don't know if he lost. I think he might have lost one of his matches there. But anyway, he pulled. That was good matches too. Mason DeRossi at Arm Wars. That was really good. Really,
Do
really
you,
good.
do you believe that Canada is still underrepresented at the East versus West level? Is that
Oh, huge. But you know what the thing is though? We have some guys right now that I would say deserve a shot to try to be on East versus West, especially in the lighter classes. We have some superheroes here. Like we really do. Oh yeah. Guys like Jacob Lee out of BC. I'm telling you, he's one of the best left hands in North America. I almost don't see anybody beating him. Steph Faroux. I mean, Steph Faroux won. He won. No, he ended up second at Worlds in Masters, but he's out of BC too, and he's a 154, holds the deadlift world record at that weight or something, and he has a few world records. Don't quote me if it's deadlift. It might be squat. No. But anyway, and then we got Zach Monroe, like our co-host, 2-time. He won both right and left national championship at this year's nationals, and I mean he did it like impressively. And some of the guys he beat were very, very high level. So it's just ton. Josh Bellin. Like I don't know. I can just keep naming names anyway.
No, I understand. I guess it's kind of a political thing at this point, or
I think it's people need to invest in themselves more, and I think that it's up to you a little bit to make sure
get your name. Get the name out there. Get the image out there.
Yeah, because you can't just be good and expect to be known everywhere. Like, yeah, sure, locally we'll talk about you.
But we've entered a stage in the sport where you almost have to have a presence.
Yeah,
that people will recognize you and.
Yeah. Like I've been trying to do it. Like I actually didn't. I just do it because I love the podcast. But I run the podcast because I don't need to promote myself because it kind of does it for me, right? Because the podcast kind of lets everyone know who I am. So then when you do see me pull, you'll be like, "Oh, that's fucking Brian, man, the judge." Let's see what you know what I mean.
And that identification is critical in arm wrestling because I'm going to be honest, it's not the most interesting spectator sport. I love arm wrestling.
Yeah.
But it's really crucial.
You should check out. I'm telling you, check out the.
I'm going to watch it.
Check out that match and then watch if you get time and you're bored, watch the whole event, the Armsgeddon event. That event was just bangers. We won, so we did 3 rounds. We did Montana versus Canada. Well, Alberta, just mainly Alberta. A couple guys were from BC, but we did it 3 times, and we've kicked their ass all 3 times. So, yeah. I think it was 11. We won 11-1 on the second event, and the closest one was the last event.
I can find a picture of me practicing with almost everybody.
Oh, Dave, you're known. You're a known element by. I can't think of many people that wouldn't at least know you.
Oh,
what the gym they used to practice at a couple of years ago.
Well, see, you should be doing these TikTok things and just having like a song in your picture, pulling Pelco, smiling at the camera, going, you know what I mean? Whatever, right? Hey, all of a sudden you see David all over TikTok, YouTube.
Yeah, man.
I guess you consider that fairly stocky. Whatever. Yeah.
But do you have the nickname the Professor? Or is that already? That's your nickname, right?
Yeah.
Is that taken by somebody else?
No. The way that came about fairly early on, after I'd been in it for just a year or two, James Reed, actually, our good buddy, said at one of his tournaments, said, "If you don't have a nickname, we'll give you one." And I thought, what the hell is this? A WWE or what? And since I taught history at a couple of community colleges, we went with the Professor. And Dennis Cockle, otherwise known as Hot Rod, said that since my last name is Shell, I should be Professor Shell Shock. And I said, no, 2 reasons. Number one, I won't fit on the shirt. But I said, more importantly, shell shock, as you may know, is what they used to call PTSD.
Yeah.
World War. And I said, the way everybody gets their fucking panties in a bunch about everything these days,
right.
It'll probably be, you're disrespecting the veterans, even though my grandfather
not
had
PR, it's not
So I said, no, we'll just go with Professor. But yeah, and it's interesting you say about people knowing you. I went to 2 summers ago, I took my 5,100 mile jaunt through the South and Midwest, and it started. One of the first items was a tournament. Was that the Strongest Badge in St. Louis? Big tournament. And I had never been pulled anywhere near St. Louis, Missouri before. And I thought, well, who the hell, I'll probably get crushed out there, because at least here people know that they don't have to slam me through the table to beat me and whatever. But I walked into the place and people were like, oh, it's nice to finally meet you in person. And I'm thinking, okay, and who the fuck are you? Now, as soon as I heard the name, I knew who they were, but I did not know them by face.
Take that to another level. The longer you stay in this game and as it gains traction, you're going to get random people that you won't know. Yeah. Same for you, Judge, if you keep the YouTube up, and people will just literally approach you. Oh, you're that arm wrestling guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bound to happen at some point.
Well,
as the critical mass gets popular enough.
We went to Nationals this year. And when I was there, I had people come up and go, hey, can I get a picture? I'm like, sure. Right. And then we're like, and I get a picture with them, and they're like, I watch the pod all the time, man. I love you guys. Blah, blah, blah.
Like, I get that too. I'm thinking, who the hell am I? It's like I'm doing them a favor by giving them a selfie. But
you're in the game at the right time, and where something's happening. I don't know if it's East versus West or Devin Laird or whoever you want to attribute with this. With whatever's happening, it's happening. So
yeah,
I sent Ryan the link at the very beginning, and he just sent me a note after almost an hour saying, "Does the live work?" And I said, "Yes, we're having a good discussion. Stay away." But
he'll be interested. He's been in this for 7 or 8 years, however long, promoting it from the ground up.
Yeah,
so he has a vested interest in all this.
Oh, he does.
But Dave, I meant to say, you mentioned WWE. See, I don't see any reason it can't. WWE has a level of spectacle and pomp and circumstance, whatever it is, and it's fake, it's scripted.
Yeah.
But I don't see why you can't have a level of ceremony, but have it be real.
I would agree with you. If we want to have the ceremony, or like for example, what High Five, let's see, Knuckles Up used to do, where they have we did the same thing at Winter Blast this year. We have the sparklers and the whole works. And that I can see, but as long as it doesn't get to the point where it is scripted. I mean, we've seen touches of that, and probably the one I'm sorry, with all due respect to Mike Aiello, who is a great guy.
Juji Mufu and Aiello,
that thing with Juji Mufu where the announcer is going, oh, hey, Juji's really strong, and he's getting him here. Yeah, right. Aiello pinned him in like 0.2 seconds the first time just to show he could do it, and then played along with the second and third rounds. And I'm letting him work, but nah, as long as we don't get to the point where people think that it's fake. I've said that before. I've said about professional wrestling being fake, and somebody said to me, well, you shouldn't tell the Wild Samoans that, which is a local group here, and the Wild Samoans. And I said, no, you're misunderstanding me. I am not saying they do not have athleticism. They do. They have to. Or when
there's some of the most. Yeah, they're incredible.
When they jump off the top rope, they be killing each other. So they have athleticism. But when you decide in advance who is going to win, that is an exhibition. It is not a sport.
Yeah, it's a scripted narrative.
Yeah, right.
A play. It's like a play in the old days.
It's a morality play. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Dave. How did Tim Lewis do at?
Well, interestingly enough, that you asked, I took a look at where we were compared to Azerbaijan and was thinking of inviting him on, but at the moment,
he said he lost to the guy that won the world.
It was at 3:38 in the morning when we started. I think Azerbaijan. It's now, it's now 5:28 in the morning. But to answer your question, actually, he did far better right than he did left, which is bizarre. This is his main arm. And he said the first when he did left arm masters, he was 0-2, but he said he lost to the Polish guy who took first. And but he said, he really felt that even though he went 0-2, that he felt he was close enough to be he's competitive, whatever. But and he said, so actually, I guess there were only 9 competitors there. And he said they lumped them all. Those 1, 0, and 2 were lumped together. So officially, he's listed as 7th, but there's actually 7, 8, and 9 were all 0-2.
He was fouled out too, I think.
And he did the right arm and I think he went two out of 4, or 2 and 2. Yeah, was it? He did much better right, and
Tim is one of those guys who's never ever put any emphasis on the hand and wrist training out of the strap. So
He's so
he
damn
fools
slow.
you. He fools you. He's like he's got like a limp wrist and he's weak, but then you get him in a strap and he tightens up. And
He's just a diesel engine, right?
Yeah, he did much better right.
Yeah.
And somebody made the comment that on his post that that part of it they felt was that he didn't feel the pressure right, and so he was in getting back to realizing that arm wrestling can be fun. He was in obviously he wanted to win, but he was in it for the fun, and as such it went better. Which is, but
he's got such a massive bicep. You can top roll him all day and get him wherever you want. He can hold you.
Yeah,
he's got a short little arm in his body. He can just hold you like that.
Yeah,
if you can't finish him. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's frustrating.
yeah, he does have the the videos up for I think all of his matches.
okay.
And let's see, let me back up here.
And he's going to be pulling Milo soon, right?
Yes,
That'll be a real challenge for Milo
29th.
because
That's the 29th of this month. Of
I
November.
can see Milo getting him all the way over, and then Tim just hanging out in that weird, supinated position.
Yeah, okay. He said I went 1 and 2 today in men's open left, 105 kilogram, which is 231. I had to pull up a class due to the double weigh-in rule, which is a bit disappointing, but happy I was able to get at least one win in the class. And so
Tim's got a bunch of super matches coming up too.
Oh God, yeah. What else is new, right?
I know. He's pulling Milo Larrett. Did you see that?
We were just talking about that. Yeah,
right arm he took 4th.
Right arm 4th. Okay.
Right arm 4th. Yep.
Brian, did you guys have anyone over at IFA Worlds
this year? No.
Yeah. Nah.
No, everyone, I'll tell you the truth. Well, we might have actually. I just don't know, right?
Yeah.
I know that we sent some guys to WAF.
Yeah.
And our guys do go to that North American IFA championship.
Yeah.
I know that lots of our guys go there, but they don't even, they go there and they don't even go to the World. So it's like they just go there, get their medal, and I'm a North American champion, and they come back. So, but I mean, everyone's gearing up for 2027. Like the hype is already real. 2027
people down here that are waiting for that to go to the World.
Because it's going to be in Ottawa, Canada, right? So, I think a lot of people have said, well, for now, because we want to compete there, because it's in, we're so close. They're like, we don't want to get on the ban list, so we're not going to IFA. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's going to be an insane turnout.
Yeah. It's going to
be in Ottawa, dude.
It's going to be crazy.
Timber fourth place right today, 4-2 record out of 13. After that crapshoot yesterday, mostly the same guys as that class. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. But yep.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, guys? Too, we should say a prayer for Sean Boom Hancock again too. Man. He makes a really good recovery.
Yeah, that was pretty scary to hear that, and obviously, more scary for him.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But I believe in Sean. I believe he can, come back from it and move forward.
Be in the loop, guys. Is it cancer? What does he have?
No,
he had a massive heart attack.
Massive, like the Widowmaker one.
Yeah.
But I think, you know what? I think most people wouldn't be talking about it this long later, normally. You know what I mean? Because that's a bad one. So I think his chances of, getting back to, I think it's looking really good for him. So.
Yeah, I think he said the doctor told him like only 12% of people survive that.
Yeah.
He's yesterday put up update. Just had my 1 week follow-up appointment since the big one, but home a few days now. Not supposed to do anything but slow walk for 10 minutes per day right now. Let's see. Doctor told me, this is the thing that doctor told me, a troponin level of 100 nanogram per liter is heart attack level, 100 and he said mine was 185,935. I didn't know he could go that high. If that's what he means, unless he means 185 point something. But no, because he has a point there. He said it's not just a heart attack, whatever. But he's on 5 meds.
Something caused him to quickly coagulate, his blood to coagulate. Sometimes these things can be instant.
Yeah.
It could be something, and the body sends a wrong signal, and before you know it, it blocks your artery now. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he said I've lost about 20 pounds already, but the goal now is to rest, to get my heart functioning up to 50 to 55%. Time is on my side, and thanks everybody for their prayers and thoughts.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely tough news.
Who have we here?
Wish all the best for Sean. We love you, buddy.
Oh,
sure. And here comes Big Rig.
The Big Rig. Oh, he's got a puppy with him. He got a doggy.
Oh, I love puppies.
Nice, dude.
I don't let my dog down here. She's too fat. She bangs everything, knocks everything over down here. Yeah.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna hop off. I got an early day tomorrow.
You have an early day? What's tomorrow? Nothing's tomorrow.
No, not arm wrestling related.
Yeah. Oh, you have other activities in your life?
Yeah, occasionally.
Oh, what a surprise!
Occasionally,
have lives too.
Hey, if it was just arm wrestling, that'd be pretty cool, though. Maybe travel around the world. Be in Switzerland right now.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw that because, like you say, he's really, I didn't know he was into that big. He really hasn't been in it that long that I know of. But
yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, fellas.
Well, you have a good one, Randy.
See you later.
Yep. Take care, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a second too, and you guys have a great night. I got that live tomorrow, and I got to do a couple more deliveries tonight. So anyway, it's good talking to you guys. Take care.
Yeah, held off and said "fuck those guys" instead of "fuck that guy." But,
I'll leave and say "fuck those guys," and you can say "fuck that guy." Okay, later, guys.
Okay, see ya.
Keep up the good work, and I'll check out that match.
Oh, for sure, buddy. Oh,
all right. Yeah.
So, Adam, how the heck you been doing lately?
Have I been muted this whole entire time?
Huh?
Was I muted this whole entire time?
You?
Not that I know of. No.
Okay, never mind.
Nope.
Well, I still didn't hear you. You say you've been here this whole time?
Muted. Have I been muted this whole entire time? That was my question.
Not that I know.
Yeah, you were up till just now. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
So, because we're talking about the happy hunt or whatever, but anyway, okay. Well, somebody say something since I run out of things.
All right. So I've been pulling some. I went to VAL's tournament, the last one where I saw you. Or you weren't? Ryan was there. You weren't there, or were you there?
Yeah, I wasn't at the last one. I was the one in in winter or whatever. But no, the last one. Where was I? Was something else. I can't be this next one is the same day as my super match at Northwest PA, so I can't make this one either.
I'm not going to see you there either.
Now I will try to make the one in February. I said if I really want to be, weird, what I should probably do is see if I can pick up Damon Ransom and drag him along on the way. Yeah. But I'm not sure where in the district he lives, if it's a part that I want to drive into, but whatever. But it's, not that far out of my way.
It can't be that bad.
Well, I mean, to a degree, because what I'll do, I'll come, I'd come down 81 the whole way and come over actually for Richmond, I'll go 95. So the one I'm going to, and I'm going to be on the 17th of January. They have that thing at the Harley dealership in Rockersville. I don't know if you're planning on being at that, but Tommy Edens and the was that Bones of Steel welded shut. Welded Shut have a big event with super matches or whatever in Ruckersville, Virginia, which is
Nice.
a little bit over towards Harrisonburg.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm
So
gonna be-
anyway, to answer your question,
Yeah.
I've been doing all right. Let's open it back up to Eric. How you? I haven't talked with you much, just a little bit, but how you been doing in the arm wrestling?
I'm doing fairly well for
He's
about
being
3
modest.
years in.
He's being
3 years
modest.
in.
He's doing fairly well. He's
All right,
doing
we were
fairly
talking about levels and how some of it seems to be a climb to the top, like the amateurs to the pros to the elite, and there's some more casual guys. Where do you fit in the picture? Are you gunning for the higher levels, or are you just enjoying where you're at? Or
I mean, what's the point of doing arm wrestling if you're not aiming for the top?
well, that's how I feel, but not everybody feels that way. So just
I
asking.
mean, yeah, true. You can be just the local hero that keeps pulling local tournaments and having a great time. I have nothing against that. That's actually pretty nice. Now for me, I want to aim to the top. I want to be at the top.
Right.
But
yeah, I'm
as
trying
of
to
right
keep
now,
my
I
bias
don't
out of it. I was just asking to start conversation. I know where I stand on it. I like to chase the guy who just beat me last time and try to see if I can beat him next time like
yeah,
that. But,
well. You're
yeah,
going to be in Ottawa on the 29th, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Toronto.
Oh, Toronto. Okay.
Toronto, yeah.
No, it's even better. Not as far
I
as
was like, I hope I'm right.
No,
I hope it's not Ottawa because I already got the Airbnb in Toronto.
No, hey, that's even better. He's closer to Toronto than you are to Ottawa. Right.
Actually, I'm closer to Ottawa.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Oh.
But it is like a 40-minute difference, I think. It's not even an hour.
No, but you're right. We were talking about the Worlds and the Nationals coming up, and that's why I have Ottawa in my brain. Talking about that before you came on. With
okay.
What's in Toronto that y'all are going? You're going too, Dave? I take it, or
No. It is the global elite event that's collaborating with Max. So you're gonna have Alex Kardeccia was supposed to pull. I can't believe it, Philip Larson, but Philip Larson
he got hurt. I heard about that.
He got hurt. So you have Eric. I don't even want to try. I don't remember the last name, but it's gonna be a good match regardless. I think it's a very good substitution, personally.
that was the one
you get to meet Kardeccia if you hadn't met him already. So that's exciting.
I have not. So it's like my main reason of going was
he's a big guy.
Yeah. So am I. I'm 6'6", 300.
No, he'll be about like your size. So
he'll be about my size. It'll be a little more. How do you say?
We don't got to say it.
He's got more mass. He was gonna have a little more mass.
Yeah.
I got this new iPad. For some reason, my camera decides that it wants to zoom in at times.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's doing, but.
Yeah, that's the same one that we were talking about. That Tim Lewis is going to have Milo at.
Oh yeah. I actually don't know who's going to win that one.
I don't know if you heard me, but I speculate that Milo will get him over like that, and Tim will just hang on that bicep of his. It'll be hard for Milo to finish him.
Well, it is a MAC table, so you do have a higher pin line.
Oh, it is. Oh, okay.
So
that'll help Milo then.
Yeah. This is why everybody, like the original, when Ian says it's anti-King's move, is because the pin line's higher. It really isn't too anti-King's move, as we've kind of been seeing lately, unless there's going to be a rule change.
Well, it's anti-Tim Lewis because he'll give his wrist, and his wrist will hit the pin line, even if he can just pick it up on his bicep.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
That's my prediction.
I can't wait. Let's see. We got a comment. Is that the real Stone Cold? Huh?
The real Stone Cold?
Oh.
No, I don't know.
That's replying. He's replying to a comment.
Replying to another comment in the chat. Yeah.
That was made like 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's probably not even in here. He could be still in here. But yeah, I'm just a little tired. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. I drove 23 hours last night. And yeah,
that's too much, man.
that is a little much. That is a little much, but it had to be done.
Don't tell the feds.
Do not tell the feds.
They're going to compare it to your logbook and say, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Logbook? Who said anything about a logbook?
Now, if he's a civilian, there's no rules. If he's driving a car or passenger truck, there's no rules.
Yeah. I'm on 81.
I mean, it's not advised to drive. You can get, yeah, you can get pretty rough. Your eyes can do funny things around 24 hours.
Yeah, especially at night driving it. I think it hits me at like 14 hours, 15 hours of drive time.
Your eyes start fooling you. Mm-hmm. They used to call it. The truckers would call it. What was it? Ghost. The
black dog.
Black dog syndrome.
Yeah.
Well, I discovered just I've had the car now almost 3 years. In fact, it'll be 3 years on Monday, because what I'll do is I always make a report how many miles I put on the damn thing, and it'll be 3 years on Monday. And I had it inspected about last month, and when I got it back, there was this green headlight thingus on the the dashboard, one of the idiot lights. I thought, what the hell is that? Blue is of course high beams. I have never in the 3 years at 81,000 miles I've driven this car ever seen that green light. People say, oh, that's your your fog lights. I said, what? What are you talking about?
Good dang.
I've had fog lights in this damn car for and I've driven 81,000 miles and no freaking idea. And actually, it's probably be a big assist for me, because I was kind of experimenting with it on and off last night. Coming home from went over to Beast Mode, had a party practice super match sort of thing, and I came up there, and it was a fairly clear night. By that the rain was already through. But I'll say the worst for me is driving on an absolute pitch black rainy night.
That's pretty much the worst for everybody.
That was me tonight. I was driving from Buffalo on I-90, and the whole way it was just rain, and it was pitch black too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the worst for me. And when you have these where you don't have the the clear sidelines, or the line, the dotted lines starting to wear down. So I think the fog lights might actually be a good addition for me.
They're there for a reason, I guess.
Yeah, my truck don't got any fog lights, not yet.
Keep you safe.
Well, and with the way I've been hobbling, I haven't been going to as many practices. So I've been limiting myself to 2 or 3 events a week, and so this year I only put a little over 20. I think about 23,000 on the car. Yeah. Where last year I had a little over 25, and the first year I had it, I put when I had that big trip, I put almost 34,000 on it. But
nice.
So slacking off, only got about 23,000, or 0.2. I think 23,000. But
I think I'll
sleep talking about odometers and road logs and
yeah.
But anyway, you're gonna love meeting Cadet. When I met him, I was like, holy! I'm only like almost 6 feet tall. I was like, so I've met most of them, but Kardeccia and the Letton are the two like just biggest, tallest of them all. And then there's Devin's not as tall as he claims he is. There's one thing. I don't know if you met him or not. But Kardeccia's taller than he is. But yeah, you're gonna see a reflection of yourself that day. Basically, is what you're gonna see.
Oh yeah,
that'll be neat, man.
Yeah, I will be cheering for Kardeccia on this one. Yeah.
Well, you and him are like the same prototype, right? The same build, the same.
He's got bigger hands for sure. I'm a big guy with small hands. Well, skinny fingers at least. Skinny fingers. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
for me, I don't know. They look small for me. That's my.
You're comparing to yourself, right?
That's my body dysmorphia.
Well, so the way you figure out is take a ruler, measure from your thumb to your pinky, and a NFL lineman would have like 11 inches.
Yeah, it's like 11 for me.
Yeah, so you don't have small hands.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know that, but like, it's not it's just like not thick, or I know I have big hands because even the 2XL hand like gloves, construction gloves, don't fit.
So you're talking about that thing where it looks like they're shooting, their finger muscles are actually blown up. Is that what you're talking about? The
Yeah.
thickness of them?
Yep.
I mean, I think you have to um, experiment to get to that, to cause that to happen. I don't know. Or train your fingers one by one like little weights. I don't know what you would do.
Well, I am training. I'm training my fingers. Because I'm 5 days on the road, it's 2 days home. So the only training I really can do on the road is rubber band and a grip deck.
Yeah.
Which
I just don't know. I don't want to give you wrong information. I don't know how much of a guy's finger size is just genetic, or I don't know if you can actually really.
Well,
I don't know.
no, I've seen it like people can grow their hands, but genetic wise, I mean, both my grandparents got pretty big hands. My dad's got massive hands, huge. So maybe I'm just not as I got soft hands. That's what I got.
No. The arm wrestling and the hand thing's really weird, man, because let's take somebody like Krasimir Konstantinov. He's got a really small hand compared to even me, and I'm like regular, but and he beat Levin Sagnashvili at one time. Now, granted, that's in 2016. So I wouldn't get to, as long as you've got big hands. I mean, just work with what you got.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's the only choice you really have. But I say big hands. Just having a big, thick hand is an advantage. But you do like you did point out, you do have the guys with the smaller hands. That
Letten doesn't have a lot of Letten, arguably number 2 or 3 in the world. He has long hands, but they're not. When you say thickness, are you talking about just the how wide that part is, the palm? Basically from here to here.
Yep.
Yeah, Letten's not got a thick hand. So
no, yeah, that's I just finished. I just watched a little Snapchat, Instagram reel of Devin and Lilletten comparing hand sizes. Like right now in Switzerland.
I think you'll find when you finally meet all these guys and shake hands with them and grip up, it's not as great a difference as you're probably thinking. It's not going to be my guess.
Like I mentioned, it's body dysmorphia for me.
It's got to be. Yeah,
that's
you're
all.
Looking at
That's
yourself
all
and
it is.
You've not got guys your size to compare it to, so you're imagining these things that.
Yeah.
And then you get weird guys that are 5'10" and they got bigger hands than you, but that's a freak thing.
Yeah.
It's
obviously that's my issue. I always try to compare myself with everybody else, and like I haven't faced anybody that was bigger than me yet. So I don't know. Like, yeah, I've lost to. So I've only lost to smaller dudes. I've never lost to somebody that was bigger than me.
You need to pull some with Kardashian, and then you'll feel better.
Maybe.
Because, yeah,
I'll try to squeeze in and see if I can pull with Kardashian.
Absolutely. You gotta grab it, man. Nobody's gonna give it to you. Like if you don't approach them, and
of course,
I don't know. Now it's getting a little weird now with the whole EVW, and they're like, it's almost like they got handlers keeping them back from like pulling in, but this isn't an EVW event, so.
Oh yeah, because it's not immaculate, so we'll see.
Yeah, back in the day, and I'm not even that old into it, like Dave, almost 8 years, and anybody you could approach anybody and they'd pull with you. I hope that doesn't change, by the way.
I mean, really hope. We'll see at this event because I'm honestly thinking it's going to be more. This is going to be actually my first event that I'm going to just to watch people arm wrestle. Not even like a tournament, just to watch.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a whole new experience for me, regardless. But my first event that I was supposed to go to was Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw match. I really wanted to see. Oh
my God! Shaw. I regret. If I have one regret, man.
Mm-hmm.
Going to New
That's
Jersey.
my
I
regret.
wish I'd have gone to New Jersey because now we find out Shaw is still interested, but not so much. I mean, yeah.
Yep. But I couldn't let myself do it because I had my first official super match a week later for Mac 2. So I was trying to stay focused for that.
And you're one of those people that know that if you're going to show up at something saying I'm not going to pull, you're going to pull.
Like yeah. Mac 4. I pulled up Mac 4. I pulled my super match, right? And I'm like, I'm not gonna do any after pulls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pull the next day at New York State. Maybe I get lucky and I place first, or I do good and I just place, right? No. I ended up I pulled Devin. I pulled a few other guys. Then I came down to New York States and was waiting around for the supers to get called up, and my arm just starts feeling a little of the damage from the night before. And the first person I walk up to, I get called up with was Shiyu Lin, and I just essentially just gave him my hand. That's all that happened. Is just it's like I felt like I helped him go down to the pin line.
Yeah.
Like I had nothing. And then after pulling, it was just my right hand was just all in pain. So never gonna be doing that again, at least for a while.
I think meeting Kardec is going to be good for you. Going to help you get over some of this. I command you to get rid of the dysmorphia and just forget it.
Yeah.
It's
oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
It's a curse, man. You're not alone. A lot of guys have that.
I know. I'm pretty I'm pretty well known in my local gym, so like I'll talk with anybody, I'll talk with everybody about arm wrestling, and like you'll always meet guys that are like, he's got like a really nice build, but he's like, oh, I'm small, I want to be bigger. It's never enough.
You hit the nail on the head.
So
it's never enough.
Reading an article. You've been reading an article that that dysmorphia, I'm not big enough, is really growing with, I mean, no pun intended, but generally.
No, it's getting epidemic, Dave. You're right.
Well, here's why. It's because
15 and 32, I said, are the age where between 15 and 32 that the boys just don't, or young men don't think they're big enough.
Yeah, because you go open Instagram and all you see is, jack dudes that are running, insane amounts of gear, and you think, and you're over here natural and trying to achieve something similar. Not gonna happen, So, and then that's
the advantage.
There's another.
We do have not advantage, but we do have one area we can compete as naturals, and that's and it's no lie. It used to sound like a myth, but the tendons and the ligaments, they can't really artificially enhance that, at least not yet.
Yep.
They can heal them quicker. They can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why you still have a shot.
For now, like that's the only door that's open for me. Is if, God forbid, anything happens, I'm gonna use some peptides. I'm gonna do BPC 157. I'll do TB 500 to heal faster. But right now, I made a promise to my mom. 25. If I'm 25 and I'm not married, that's when I will hop on steroids after 25.
Well, then the tendon issue too is that not only that they won't do anything for it, but it can actually be a disadvantage because if you're taking them for the muscles, you're blowing out the tendons.
Well, the wise know that you have to. Yeah, that's a whole other. You've seen a lot of that with bodybuilders coming in and getting hurt. One of the first tournaments I ever went to was one of the when they were still doing the Keystone at that bar in in south of Harrisburg, and this dude came in. I don't know names. He's from somewhere on the Jersey Shore, and was absolutely jacked. And the person I was standing there talking to said, "Juice," and sure as shit, first pull, something went pop, and he was out of it. But that's if you arm wrestle first for a few years and get your tendons and ligaments built up, then you're all right. But yeah, you said it.
Yeah, I am not in no rush. I don't want to be one of these kids or new guys that just enters the scene and makes his way to the top, and then boom, you get hurt, and then you're out. I'm I'm more of a I want to take it a little, safe and slow.
Well, it just seems like the Americans generally do very well, especially well at the Worlds, at the higher masters classes, not necessarily 40, but the 60 and whatever, because the some of the very good foreign teams, we're talking the ex-Soviet Union, Bulgarian, whatever, that some of the shit is so ubiquitous that they're dead by then, especially the bigger dudes.
The way I look at it, if you want to enhance, you take a little off the front end. I mean, you take a little off the back end to get it. It's like getting an advance paycheck. You take a little money in advance, but you're not going to get it later. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Partwood has made the point, see if you agree with this, I think I do, is that the danger part for broken bones is the first 3 years. After that, it's, muscles, tendons, and I think that's probably true. I mean, occasionally you'll find somebody with a good number of years in breaking a bone. But
I've never seen if you're just talking about the spiral fracture of the humerus or the detachment.
Right.
So I've never seen an experienced puller have that.
Yeah.
Mostly with newer pullers, they'll detach, they'll either pop this tendon right here or fracture the humerus, or pull a tendon, the long head of the bicep. They'll either pop a tendon off or to the humerus as a new puller.
Yeah.
But as you're older, you get the main injuries are your rotator cuff, aka John Brzenk, your tendinopathy in the elbow and the wrist, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I got something with my rotator cuff and something in my elbow, and I'm only 2 years in.
You got to be careful. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Well, the rotator cuff is my fault because it was a party stunt. I ended up pulling 3 people at the same time at one point. Not what you want to do, obviously. So
you're blaming yourself too much. John Brzenk struggled with a torn shoulder for the last 20 years. Of
we'll see. I mean, I'm not gonna say that was just me being a little too egoistic. I was like, yeah, let me pull 3 people. Why not? All right.
Maybe
without even warming up too. Like I didn't. Like I wasn't even warm yet. So, I mean, it's gotten away. It's gotten better. Like I've already pulled 2. I pulled 3 super matches already. No, 2 super matches. Yeah, 2 super matches since this rotator cuff. And the only pain spot is like way back over here, but
yep. So do this for me for a second. Put your arm back a little bit and try to raise it up, and then rotate your hand. You feel it?
Nah, something right
feel
there.
Yeah.
Something in the way back over there, way back.
Yeah. That could either be it can be the long head. It can be you strain the tendon. So the bicep tendon, one of them runs up back here connects to your shoulder. It could be that too.
Well, I'll be getting checked out maybe by next week or something. I have to find a specialist because I've had some issues. Like, I've talked about this before. Is when I flex my bicep on both arms, it feels super sore, both my biceps.
That sounds to me more like when you got the main way you can tell is when you're supinated. That's all bicep tendon. If it hurts when you supinate and then flex, and if it's in that groove, if it hurts in that groove too, be careful of that. You know what I'm talking about? The groove in your arm here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, so the advice I was going to give it to myself and to any of us if we have tendon, I don't know if yours is tendon or muscle though, but Dave Patton, you remember who he was, right? Patton, the old timer arm wrestler. But he would say that the injured tendons are like wet paper bags, and they'll tear easier. So you have to let that tendon. The way a tendon heals is you can actually work it a little bit. So you know what isometrics are, right?
Yep.
Where you just like push or hold, or that tendon, when you compress it, then it fills up with fluid again, and then you give it a force and it compresses. You can do some rehab like that, but if you pull high force on an injured tendon, you might make it worse. I guess what I'm saying.
Yep.
Um,
Well, I've had this bicep thing for maybe for over a year now.
yeah.
So, but when I pull, I don't feel it. Like when we have a little, I forgot who I watched for this approach, but we're gonna have, so like if I have like elbow pain, right, and it's when I'm like in a real nice deep hook, I'll get a teammate with both hands, and I'll just find that pain spot, and I'll kind of press on it and hold it. And what I found out for myself, at least, is the pain is going to be there for a little bit, but I
Here's
feel
the
like I
problem with
recover
that.
faster.
Yeah, it'll help recovery. But you're getting two things are happening, and I noticed the same exact thing. The pain doesn't happen when I'm arm wrestling. It's going to be the day, the week,
Mm-hmm.
because you're pumped up, your muscles are pumped, your adrenaline's going, and you are temporarily relieving that pain. But if you've got a tendon injury, I think I read 6 to 9 weeks. You really need to let that tendon do some actual rehab on and let it regain its integrity.
Yeah.
If you can.
Well,
But yeah, you can temporarily, you won't feel it at practice, and then you might or I don't. I'll get pumped up and I'll pull, and it's like the pain will go away, but then it comes back double over the next few weeks. Or
yeah,
I don't know, man.
layers on.
Yeah, we got to be careful. This is a sport where you can really wreck I'd say more than like fighting is worse because you can get brain concussions and broken neck and crazy stuff. But this is pretty far up there as far as it goes. That's why a lot of people quit.
Questions I used to ask my kids when we were talking about in history about the sports and some of that. I'd say, okay, when they were in the bare knuckle era boxing, of course, very bloody compared to what is today, but you didn't have nearly as many concussions. Why not?
Because
they ended faster. The fights ended faster.
Well, and they weren't going to hit. They weren't going to put their knuckles on the side of your head. What causes a concussion is your head going sideways.
Because if you're going to break your hand if you hit it. If you hit somebody's head wrong, you're going to literally jam or break your
right. So they weren't generally putting bare knuckles against the side of your skull as much as they,
Our heads are a lot harder than people think. And if you hit that, you're going to probably break your hand if you hit it hard.
I know. I took a baseball bat to the face right here. I got a nice little dent.
Yeah.
But it bounced off.
Drew's giving us some advice for how to help tendons.
Peptide powders, good meats, omegas. Yep. All that. That's Drew's Drew at this point should start a podcast on his own. He's any arm wrestling podcast I watch, I swear, like I always see Drew there. I always see Drew.
His name is ubiquitous, so yeah, he would get a lot of traction, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some people don't like being on the television, so we gotta.
True. Yeah.
Remember that too.
I just noticed I had a private item in a private chat, which apparently is another copy of the link from Southwest that Ray sent. But you can tell you're confident about your show when you're willing to put up links to other shows that are in competition. But yeah, we're not running that many live watching tonight, but probably because of that. Although we've found it over time that actually the vast majority of people that look at our stuff do not watch it live.
Right.
Yeah, they come on later and catch portions of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like I'll be driving and I'll put the old podcast on just to listen to what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. There was something else I was going to say, and my train of thought went off the rails again. This happens all the time. But
let's see, we've talked about levels in arm wrestling. We've talked about should there be an amateur novice. We talked about injuries.
you talk about what happens, what exciting thing happens 5 days from now.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I finally get my fucking hip fixed.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
After all this time, it better not be delayed again. Now I'm already going through the cutting out this med and that med and changing this and changing that and whatever. But yeah,
How long did it take for them to approve a hip replacement surgery for you?
The approval, actually, I've been this way for months and months. I wish I could have had it months ago. The problem is that I have had venous, whatever the technical term is, I've had leg ulcers off and on for decades. And the surgeon absolutely positively refused to do a damn thing until they were totally 100% cleaned up. Period. Case closed. Worried about.
You're not talking about the same thing Brian Shaw has, are you? The cellulitis.
Yeah, and I said, hey, I understand that. I understand his concern about infection, but I think that has to be balanced against, quality of life. And I'll tell you, I'm at the point now, I do not walk without support. I barely walk. I have a cane sitting right across from me here, my 4-point cane. I don't walk to the kitchen without a cane. And when I go out, like when I went to the event I was helping run last week or last night when I went over to Beast Mode, if I'm going any distance, I have my walker. The walker stays in the car. But I'll use the walker if it's anything, any distance at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've seen it happen, Dave. The first time I met you, you were walking almost normally.
Yeah. I've had both knees replaced. Right. And I kind of joke that I was having so much fun on my new knees that, the hip went out. So, but they say hips are easier to recover than knees. In fact, I was with both of my knees, I was home 7 hours after being wheeled into the operating room, and I did not use physical therapy with either, which is kind of an oddity. But the same surgeon will do the hip, and he said I never send people to physical PT. I think it makes it worse. So, and people say, well, how soon do you expect to be up and about? I said, well, it's like this. I have a super match 10 days after the operation, so so it better not be that long.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but JD Fox said to me, how much do you weigh? I said, about 100 pounds more than you. But I said, on the other hand, I'm 40 pounds lighter than I was last time I pulled him 5 years ago. But
are you down that much, Dave?
Well, actually, I lost. I came back. I between 2014 and 2018 or so, I lost 188 pounds, and
where are you at now?
And I gained about 60 of it back. I was down to 231, and the other day when he asked me, I was 287, 287.5. So I've gained 50 some back. But I'd like to get. I've been trying to get down. The problem is my total daily energy expenditure is zip. I'm not doing anything except sitting. Yeah, I've been forcing myself to go to practice twice a week to get myself out of the house. I go to our Wednesday practice. I go to our Sunday practice, and usually there's something going on Saturday. At the moment, I don't know of anything tomorrow. But no, I'm just I'm not getting the exercise. I haven't been to the gym in months. I want to get to the gym and just check some of the lifts between the operation on the 5th and seeing him on the 15th, just to see how much my strength has dropped off, if it has. And I presume it has. Although, what's really weird, I said, it's too bad we don't use the front delts for much in arm wrestling, except maybe a press, which I generally don't do because I've been walking around on this damn cane for so long that if you basically touch my left, I'm using my right arm, my left shoulder, and I touch my right shoulder is it's a lot more mass just from, leaning on that damn cane for the last 6 months. I really have a lot more frontal delt, mass on
That's one of the only shoulder muscles you don't really use in arm wrestling,
right?
Unfortunately,
the front delt.
Yeah,
the front, yeah.
Anyway.
Unless you're a real pulling, like straight back style, then you're engaging some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Front delt.
Yeah,
So I've always found it funny where people went out of their ways at the gym and to train their front delt. Like, just do incline bench. Come on.
Yeah.
well, and see that just because I have a screwed up shoulder, left shoulder is bone on bone, and so I really do very little pressing over me. Like I don't do bench or incline bench or whatever.
Mhm.
What I will do is I do one arm pec deck or one arm chest fly, and because if I do the two of them together, now if I did the two of them together, I would get no exercise on my right because my left is that much weaker because of the shoulder. And in fact, what's weird is I cannot do just the way the shoulder is. I cannot do a pec deck as opposed to a chest fly on the machine with my left. My left, I have to have my arm out, doing the chest fly. Whereas the right, I can isolate it by having a pec deck with the right, but I cannot do that with left because the shoulder is just a mess. Same thing with where you turn around on the damn thing, and for the rear delts, I do those one arm at a time because if I did two arms, I would not get basically any exercise at all on the right because it's that much stronger than the left.
And you'll get all kinds of imbalances as an arm wrestler. People who say they can prevent that are kind of once you sign up for arm wrestling, you forsake a lot of other sports and activities. But if you enjoy it, it's what it is.
Well,
I mean, look at Devin. He's like almost deformed in a way. Like
Well, at one time my left my left was my best arm. It isn't anymore.
Yep, same here. My left was my best arm, my golden arm, and then I had a tendon or something. I had something pop, like it was a slapping sound during my super match, and after that, I had no side pressure. So I won the super match by just pure back pressure and pulling the guy's elbow towards the line where he ended up getting 2 warnings, and it was a foul, and then I ran it again. So I essentially fouled him out with back pressure.
Yeah, I've been ignoring I've been chapping. I haven't been watching the
little bit
chat here, but Drew wants to see me on the carnivore diet. Well, I'll tell you what, I've been trying to not necessarily carnivore diet, but I've been emphasizing protein because the wound care people have been going on about how you have to have enough protein for the the wound whatever. And I'll tell you, that's another thing. I'll tell you, when they talk about, all right, you're supposed to have, for example, was it 1 gram per pound body weight?
No, that's all changed. 1 gram per. That was the old days, like the super bodybuilder. You're supposed to get
just simplified.
What is it now?
Yeah,
I think it's 0.8
less now. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know how the hell you eat that much protein.
But
that's still a lot. 0.8 per pound.
Easy. 0.8, but it's per lean. No, like nobody for some reason when I talk with
per lean body 0.8 per lean body mass.
Per lean body mass. Like I'll have kids like, oh, how am I supposed to eat 250? Like, you're not 250 pounds. You're probably 200 pounds. You can get away with 180 grams of protein. You'll be fine.
Well, and that was the thing, is what wasn't, they don't make clear, is it 1 gram per so many pounds, whatever the hell it is these days, lean mass or your current mass?
Oh,
it's not even that you're talking about 2 different levels. For extreme performance for bodybuilders is the 0.8 per pound or whatever. Yeah. For normal human, per kilogram, not per pound. So you divide it in half.
Yeah.
For what you need.
So you're saying for a normal person not wanting to be bodybuilder or whatever is 0.8 kilogram. No, 0.8 what?
Yeah, 1 kilogram, roughly 1 kilogram. If you weigh 200 pounds, which is 98 kilograms.
Yeah.
So yeah, half of what you don't need 200 grams of protein, close to 100 if you can get it. Right.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm eating a good bit of protein, but not anything close to that amount. But
if you want to be elite level strength athlete, yeah, you need to go with what Eric's saying, like close to 1 gram per lean pound of
Yeah, and see, then that's the other thing. It's when you're traveling all over the place. I don't go to fast food at home. But when I'm on the road, it's kind of hard to, whatever. But like, Drew said, no bread, no fast carbs, no diet sodas. No, I don't drink diet soda. I drive some people nuts because I go through iced tea by the barrel, but that with saccharin and real lemon, but it's not the fizzy stuff. But no. Yeah, I'll tell you, when I lost all that weight, I basically could, the friend that, what I had the first 8 weeks, I had a bodybuilder friend that not only competed, but also coached. And he watched, I had to report everything I ate to him for 8 weeks. And then after that, I would, basically I was on my own, but I still keep it. And I'm now, I have this, I can tell you, except for about a 6-week period where my computer crashed, I hadn't backed it up a couple of years ago, I can tell you everything I have eaten, for the last 12 years, almost 12 years. In fact, my food diary, I fought against food diaries for years, but I've been doing it since. And my current food diary is the week of October 25th. I go Saturday to Friday. A week of October 25th, 2025 is week 597 in my food diaries. But 597.
Whatever you just said, I don't know how long. I think I just dozed off for a little bit.
You're good, right?
Let's see.
Enough.
All right. What do we have here, Drew? Let's see. Figured out how to do 100% carnivore is not good. Long-term carnivore means all animal products, not just meat. No, okay. Yeah, actually, what I have a lot of times, if I have something but a snack, I will have, I've been going like to Amazon, and I get these 12-pack cases of, clams or sardines, or, well, not sardines as much, clams or oysters, or smoked oysters, smoked clams. The problem now, you got to watch the smoke because sometimes you end up with the sodium. But on the other hand, if it's a can of, smoked, even smoked clams in oil, it's like 3 3/4 ounces of smoked clams in oil. It's 180 calories, and it's I want to say 90
Protein.
grams
19
per can.
It's protein heavy. See, I mean,
right.
That's
So that's
most proteins food you can get.
Yeah. I will have, like I say, oysters, smoked oysters, clams, smoked clams, smoked mussels, and canned stuff, whatever. And it's and the advantage for me is that I can go hours without eating, but then when I eat too much. Of course, they say that's not good for you either. You should have a little bit every so often. But with the nice thing with the cans is if I were to get a big can of something and say, I'll only have half of it. Yeah, bullshit. I know myself. I'm going to I'll eat the whole damn thing. So what I need to do is, get something that's a, smaller portion size. And
I'll tell you what'll help, Dave, is if you're trying to slow down how much eggs can help. A whole boiled egg is because it's only got 8 grams of protein, but it's got so much mass. You eat 3 or 4 of those, you're going to be full for 5.
Well, I do. And what I've done with eggs, and I've found it has me eating a lot more hard-boiled eggs, is I don't boil them. I do them in the oven.
Okay.
Hard in what?
What you do is I have 2 of those. Well, if you have a muffin tin or muffin thing, where you go to the dollar store and get for $1, you get those 2 muffin things. It says muffin pan, but they're really only about maybe 3/4 of an inch deep. But it keeps the.
I know what you're talking about. You can put them in little trays.
It's like 6 little tray with 6 holes in it, or 6, depressions in it. So I got 2 of those. So I put 6, and what you do, you preheat the oven. Normally I don't preheat ovens, but just get it right, I do. Preheat the oven. Once it says it's at the proper heat, which is 325, throw them in for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes,
I've had eggs like that before.
Yeah, 30 minutes, take them out and immediately throw them in ice water.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just leave them for at least 10 minutes. I live forever. So what? I don't worry. I won't worry about getting them out. But yeah, 30 minutes, and it's just so much easier than doing hard-boiled eggs in boiling water.
Oh,
And they say they're easy to peel to easier to peel to, and I think that's true. So I usually have I make them a dozen at a time. I buy the eggs from
got a
Walmart.
little in your chat. You got a little mini argument about. I've heard about this before. Some people say raw eggs are the best way to do it. I can't stomach it, but maybe some people
well,
can.
Let's see.
I don't know about how good it is
Well,
for
I have
you.
egg whites, but I cook them.
One guy's saying drink your eggs, and the other guy's saying no. So got a little argument here. I don't know enough about it to know if that's right or not. I just can't. I don't have. You got to have a strong stomach to take that texture of raw eggs.
No, I have like liquid egg whites, and what I'll do is I'll throw a pile of fresh spinach in the pan and let that wilt down, and then throw the eggs on top of that, and maybe egg whites and an egg or two. But yeah, I buy the eggs at I go to Walmart and get the 2 packs of 18s, like 3 dozen at a time. But especially now that with my crippledness, I am taking advantage of the free curbside delivery at Walmart. So I don't have to walk around the big box store. No tipping, no fee. Just let me plop it in your trunk.
See, we've covered diet, recovery, injury. What else is left to talk about arm wrestling?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What do we have?
Training.
Yeah.
You've been training, Dave?
I've been going to practices. I've not been going to the gym. I've not been lifting.
That counts. Why not? You have some guys say you got to do weights. Some guys say you got to pull only. It's all training, right?
Well, see, my problem is, and I know, and this is going to sound like an excuse. Well, it is. If I go to the gym, I will actively lift. If I do not go to the gym, I have shit here in the house. Do I use it? No, I walk past it. It's just me. I have what I refer to jokingly as my Bowflex clothes rack, which is basically about
right. You hang your clothes on you. Yeah.
Bowflex clothes rack. It's in the bedroom. Do I use it? Hell no. But now if I go to the gym, then I'll tell you before COVID hit, I was at the gym. Of course, you know me, what he go on about the spreadsheets. I keep track of everything. I would hit the gym 25 times a month at least. I was
25 times a month.
Yeah, I was at the gym usually at least 5 days a week lifting.
Wow, dude.
At least. But it was mine, once again, I went from that to basically Zippo. And that's why I like to say
all or nothing kind of mentality.
Yeah, well, and like I say, what I want to do is I want to get back to I just don't feel like hobbling into the damn gym on the walker. But once I get this, I plan to get back into that again. But whatever. That's why I'm curious to see how much the strength has dropped off, not having been to the gym for a while. But we'll see. But let's see, somebody, I didn't put this up on my page, but I saw a quote the other day. I want to get this. I want to get it to you so it's right. Somebody put up, be the oldest person in the gym, not the youngest person in the nursing home.
There you go.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling, Dave. I'm gonna hop off here, but you and Eric keep it rolling.
All right.
Good to talk to you, Dave. I enjoyed our little.
All right. Well, and I will see you at one of the, do you think I know that you're going to go to the thing in Ruckersville that they're running.
What's the date on the Ruckersville one?
17 January.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down actually, and hopefully we'll see it that one.
And then I think the next VAL after the current one is
or either in February,
7th February, I think. Let me just look. It's already on the list. Yeah, VAL Conquest on 7th February. And then Sit Down Nationals they moved it up a month. The stinkers are the week before Winter Blast. We've already spoken to them about that. That's March 21st. So I'll be in Virginia for that. And but I'm not sure about Armageddon, Morgantown, West Virginia on December 6th. I haven't quite decided about that. That's whatever. I'm thinking about it.
I'll see you around in one of them, Dave.
Okay. Good
luck with your surgery, and Eric, good to talk to you.
Okay, take care.
You're not asleep.
Bye-bye. Yep.
See you, Eric. See you, Dave.
Yep. Okay. let's see, is I have to wait until he's really gone before I say, fuck that guy. All right, Big Rig, what do you have to say for yourself? No, it's up to us. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, so what does Drew have? Let's see. Yeah, no, he said super easy with the egg cooker. Yeah, I also have a lot of appliances around the house I never use. Think, oh, that's a good idea, and then I never bother. But anyway, well, let's see. What do we have here? Let's see. Yeah, cold ass water ready. The Blanche does. Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, absolutely. I have the ice, like a tray or two of ice in a big, in a bowl, and big, like a deep, bowl. And when the eggs come out after 30 minutes set on a timer, they go immediately into the ice water, and that takes care of. But yeah, I'm having a lot more hard-boiled eggs than I used to when it was a pain in the rear. Well, let's see. What do we have? Drew. Cooker on Amazon. You know what I used to like? And they don't make them anymore. Yeah, Ronco. Remember, Ronco used to have all those weird, there was the Ronco rotisserie. Except, there are still some that have chicken rotisseries. But the thing with Ronco, and I haven't seen on anybody else, I haven't looked recently, was they had a basket that you could put on the rotisserie part. And that's how I always cooked the chicken breasts or chicken thighs. And they came out really moist because it was constantly turning around. That the juice in the chicken thigh would be, running through the whole thing. And when that thing finally crapped out, oh, I'll tell you, I wish I had that yet. So now what I do with the chicken thighs and the boneless chicken thighs or boneless chicken breasts is I throw them in the oven at 350, but don't come out nearly as good. I used to like that Ronco rotisserie, but let's see. And let's see. Blue ice. Yeah, okay, that could be as well. But no, I just have the no, what I have my freezer, all sorts of I put ice in or put water in the 16-ounce bottled water bottles and leave them in the freezer. So when I go out to a tournament, I'll take a couple of those with me. And even in decent weather and warmer weather, by the time I still have cold water at the end of the day. But whatever. But anyhow, so that's basically that situation. So Eric is still there. I think Eric has disappeared on me. Let's see. What the hell time is it? 10:32. Well, we've been on for 2 hours. What I should do here is take a look at how the Arizona is going. Because if I don't have anybody on with me and whatever, I may just close it down after a couple hours. But hey, we got through the thing without screwing anything up royally. Let's see. Let me see what's going on with the tournament in Arizona. So pardon me while I shut up briefly. Let's see. What do we have here? Yeah. All right. Trying to do this juggle on the phone while I'm at it. Actually, what I should do is go into let's see, computer, go to private chat, because that's where Cody put it. Raymond, edit.
Mm-hmm.
Copy.
All right.
And okay, having done that, I'm just going to put myself on silent for a moment.
Well, Dave, I'm already falling asleep. I gotta go.
Take it off silent briefly so I can say, okay, fuck you. Fuck that guy. But now, so is the thing in Canada, is that your next event? That's like 4 weeks. Or do you have anything?
Yeah. Well, I'm not participating in the event. I'm
Ah,
more essentially it's just kind of like
ah.
a just in case backup, but it's not. Yeah.
So what is your next? What's your next participating in event?
Maybe your guys is January 10th.
Oh, okay.
Might be that one. Not too. Right now, I'm still trying to ease up with this new job. Just trying to ease into it. Obviously cuts my whole workout schedule, so there's no more. There's just no more working out anymore, like unless I park up at a gym.
Yeah.
And even now they're still not friendly. So like I've gotten kicked out of a Planet Fitness parking lot already like 3 times.
Mhm.
So
That's,
yeah, it's unfortunate, but money's good. So
well, whoever's the cameraman at America Southwest, it's cutting off their heads. Hey, oh, cameraman, cutting off their heads. I can't see who the heck. I mean, it looks like it's Ryan standing there. I recognize it. So I don't know. They're just a couple of people, including a referee, gripping up. So I guess they're between matches, perhaps. But who the heck knows? So I'll tell you what. I'm going to put that up again here, and so if anybody wants to, if and when we finally see copy, I'm going to put this in the chat and go into comments and let's see. Vince Robinson, drink eggs. Post comments. This is the I'll type in link for the Arizona tournament. Oh, you are the name.
that's where Ryan is right now.
Yep, that's where Ryan is. Yeah. He was. I'm glad he made it. He was sick as a dog 2 days before. Flu-like symptoms, but
yeah, I've had that. I had that too. Monday, I came down with something like that on Monday and Tuesday. And I hadn't. I mean, I already got loaded up, so I had no choice. I had to drive out. I mean, luckily I got better on the road, but yeah, I know a few people that something's going around. Change of weather.
Yeah, I've not gotten my haven't got my flu shot. I get
Nice,
that every year. I haven't gotten it yet because I figure I don't want anything to screw up the the surgery.
Yeah.
So because that's the most important thing at the moment. But
Yeah.
anyway,
For you, yeah.
All right. Well, fine. Well, glad you were here. Thanks for having. And like I say, well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to shut down. Tell Ryan we're shutting down, and I've referred people to that because hey, only 10 people watching, and hey, what do they want for free, right? But in any event, so
all right. I'll catch you next week. Maybe I'll be driving that time. I don't know.
Okay.
Excellent. Oh, Candy won her super match. Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, Stephanie Spencer. But so I'd invite Stephanie to join me, but apparently Stephanie is already watching that, and that's certainly much more interesting than watching me. So, whatever. All right. So, have a good one, and we'll be in touch.
All right. Till next time.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And now that it's just once again just me, I'm going to tell Ryan, hey, too bad we were on for 2 hours, and Ray Romanowski just shows us as. And if Ray's just giving us a flex there, and so yeah, Ray, unless you want to come on, in which case I put the link in numerous times. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down for the night. We've been on for a little over 2 hours, and after all, we do have a 98 event going on tonight that is much more exciting than this. So we're going to say FTG for Friday night. And once again, I will put on, the link and let's see on YouTube, edit, copy, and I'll put that in the chat. So those of you who are still with us, I would strongly recommend that if you want something more interesting to watch than me, there's the link. on the chat. So make a copy of it before I pull the plug on this. And we will, let's see you next week. Let me think. What's next week? Next week, I don't expect I'm going to be going anywhere because it'll be 2 days after my operation. So I don't think I'll be wandering anywhere. The week after that, I will be out in Western Pennsylvania getting ready for my super match. And the week after that, don't know anything. And the week after that, there's a tournament in upstate New York, which I may or may not go to. And then December is, December 6th is a tournament in Morgantown, West Virginia. The 13th, there's a tournament in Hubbard, Ohio. Might go to both of those, I'm not sure. And I will definitely, on December 20th, be at the Granite Arms Christmas party in Manchester, New Hampshire. And I strongly urge, if you're anywhere within about 5 hours of Manchester, New Hampshire, which is about the distance from me, get your rear there. It runs from about 1 o'clock in the afternoon till early evening. Last year, I think we had a new record of 105 pullers, 10 tables, and enough food to feed the entire southern half of New Hampshire and portions of Vermont. And so, great time, get yourself there. So in the meantime, though, it's time to say sayonara. And so, good seeing all of you. Good night.